Good evening, people. Welcome to the Runitback podcast. How you feeling? I'm your host, D. On our very first episode, we'll be talking about career or skill. Which one would you prefer? But before we get started, I would like you to know this podcast is about issues that we don't talk about in the black community. And I'm very pro-black. That does not mean I'm anti-white. And for the people out there that think pro-black means I hate everybody with black people, you guys need to listen up. Pro-black means I want my brothers and sisters to make it and not have to work 50 times harder than anyone else. And if I see my brother or sister make it, my only option is to clap. Society sees black people, as one thing, just entertainment. Doesn't take us seriously. We have three options: basketball, football, drug addiction, maybe for a drug dealer. And the whole time we have dispensaries just popping up everywhere. But that's a whole nother topic. Even other races ignore us to make sure they jump the line. And I've had this happen to me personally, but that's how life is. You gotta adjust and keep it moving. Don't dwell on things and just keep it moving. I'm not looking to be famous, but I'm looking to provoke thought. In this past year, put my whole life in perspective into what I'm going to put my energy into and what I will respond to. They say life is short, but I say life is long if you enjoy the moments. Let's talk on a little bit about myself. I work in the industries where the more you kiss butt, the more you brown nose, the more you make it ahead. But in my line of work, the more easier work you will receive. But some industries rely on pure skills such as construction, architecture, mechanics, plumbers, electricians, etc. Well, a lot of time they spend on developing skills in these trade schools where a lot of us ignore trade schools and focus on college. When college is the fast way to debt, unless you're trying to be some sort of doctor. Now, being a doctor, you need to go to school. You need to learn about the anatomy of the body and everything that goes on with the body. Now, if you wanted to be a surgeon, that's a skill, because I'm pretty sure everyone out there would not want anyone with shaky hands doing surgery on any of your loved ones, any of them. A skill can be passed down, in my opinion. I can teach my son how to be a mechanic. I can teach my son how to be a plumber. I can teach him the things where he can go to a trade school and get certified to provide him long-term income. A career has an ending. Even criminals that are career criminals eventually have an ending. They eventually get caught. So, in my opinion, a skill is what I would prefer. A career is nice, but let me break it down to you as far as the debt situation. Both come with debt situations. College comes with debt. Going to a trade school comes with debt. But when you graduate from college, nowadays you have to get a master's because they look at a bachelor's degree. It just is the equivalent of a high school diploma. So you have to go back and get that master's, put yourself in more debt, where you go to a trade school, you learn a trade, you get that income while you're learning, you graduate from that trade school, you go into a job. Say you may not want to do that trade for the rest of your life. You have a skill. Now you can go to college and you can pay for college through that skill. You don't have to take out loans. You don't have to be a brown noser. You don't have to do all this extra stuff to get ahead. Now understand this. As a black man, I advise my black brothers to teach the black young kings about debt and about not getting into it, because that's another situation that's going to keep us behind even further and further. The more debt you're in, the harder it is to catch up. And then you think about generational wealth. Most black families, I'll say 80% of black families, don't have the opportunity of passing down generational wealth, because all they know is generational debt. All they know is, I know how to get this and survive, not I know how to get this and keep it and maintain it and make it grow, and understand that growth can be passed down. But a lot of times we don't do those things because we look at the short term, and we're looking at what society has programmed us to do. Go to college. I've gotten arguments with people about college and trade school, where trade school, like in my opinion, like I said, this is my opinion, trade school, it's lacking. They do not promote trade schools like they used to. Back in the day, you can go to, you're in high school and you learn a trade. They're taking trades out the school. Some schools still have trades, but there's very little funding. I want to educate my brothers and sisters, and I encourage you guys to learn a trade. You will forever have a skill that nobody can take from you. A career, say you're a program developer, or say you, I don't know, I can't get with the idea of staying in a career and not. You can have a career, but also have a skill too, and that's double whammy. You can get money on both sides, and that's generational wealth. That's generational growth. Like, it's something that you can pass down to your children, something that can be kept in the family, like little secrets, little things that you can, articulate to your kids, because all we do is teach our kids how to spend. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. Not sitting down, taking the time to actually show our children what's important, the important factors of life, the important factors of growing, the important factors of developing something that will keep your mind sharp, that will keep revenue in your pockets. I don't want to compete with my brother, an uphill battle. It's already bad enough. Like I said earlier, it's bad enough that we gotta fight and fight and fight and fight and fight to get noticed. But if you have a skill, your fight is a little less. If you don't have a skill, your fight is hard. It's really hard. Now, I'm not knocking anybody that go to college. I'm not knocking anybody. Your choice is your choice. But if you think about it, your purpose and passion is what's gonna eventually, you can go. I've known people that go to college and they get out of college and they don't have a job. They still don't have a job, and they lose their passion for whatever they went to college for. They lose their passion. Now you go learn a skill, you develop a skill. Even if you don't want to do it anymore, you still have a skill that can make you money under the table. You can make money. You can start your own business. Going to college does not guarantee. I remember someone told me, going to college, you're automatically going to be successful.
I beg your
That's
pardon?
not true. Success does not equal college. Like, that doesn't equate. That doesn't even make sense. A lot of times, where, like I said, that is something that's, as society, we are programmed to say, go to school and learn your 1, 2, 3s and ABCs and learn this history that we should not even be learning about, because all of it is stolen land and all that. Like, I don't even want to get, that's another podcast episode. But if you go to college, be mindful that those loans that you take out, they build interest. Those people gonna want your money. Those payments, they're gonna affect your credit. I'm not discouraging anybody by any means. You want to go to college, go right ahead. But there are more pros to learning a skill than going into a career path industry where you can be erased immediately. If I'm working in an auto shop and I lose my job in the auto shop, I can always have that clientele to come with me because they know how I am. even if you don't, choose a career path, you necessarily, in my opinion, don't waste your life just saying, what if? What if I did this? What if I did that? Focus on developing yourself as an individual. Focus on your passion. Focus on a purpose. Your purpose and your passion should lead you to revenue. If you don't love doing something, you're going to regret it your whole life.